Good morning, year one. Happy Tuesday. Okay, so we are starting our new maths topic today, which is money. And our first lesson is around recognizing the different kinds of coins that we use in the UK, in the United Kingdom. We're going to start off by looking at a little bit of vocabulary. Now, the word that I want us to focus on today is this one, but I will whiz through the others quickly. This is pounds, okay? So pounds, I've got 10 pounds, I've got 5 pounds. Coins, obviously these are the things that make up our money. We have them in our pockets, our purses, our piggy banks. The letter P, okay? This is for what we put when we are writing down money. So I might write down that I have 5p, and I will write the letter P next to it. And P is short for pence, which means pennies, okay? So when we're saying I've got 5p, that means that we've got 5 pennies. Notes, so those are £5 notes, £10 notes, £20 notes, and money, which is what we're talking about all together. And value, this is the word that we're focusing on today. So this word is about the different amounts of money, and that different coins are worth different amounts. Some coins are worth more and some coins are worth less. So let's start off by having a look at the coins on the screen. Now might be a good time, if you would like to pause your screen so that you can go and get some coins and pennies that you might have in your house. If you don't have any, maybe there's somebody that you could borrow some from. But if you borrow them, remember you've got to give them back. You can't just be taking people's money. Because we are going to be having a look at the size and shape and colour of these different coins. So if you don't have any, don't worry, we can just work together looking at the screen. So I'm going to start off by looking at this coin down here. Okay, so I can see that it's round in shape. It's got one round smooth edge. It's circular. And I can see it says 2 pence on it with the number 2. And the markings it's got on it here is a little crown and some feathers. And if you've got a real 2p in front of you, you'll probably be able to see that marking on it. On the other side of the coin, there will be a picture of Queen Elizabeth's face, the outline of her head. And that is on the front of all of our money. Okay, so that's what's on the other side of all of these coins. So this 2 pence is 2p. Okay, that means it's worth 2 pennies. Now here, I've got 1 penny. Now, what do you notice about the 1 penny and the 2 pence? They're the same colour, aren't they? They look quite similar. They've got some differences. I think you'll probably be able to spot those. The pictures, the images, and the numbers, obviously, because they're worth different amounts of money. But this 1 penny, if I had 2 of these, it would be worth the same amount as my 2 pence. Okay, let's have a look at this one here. Now, what colour is this one? It's kind of silver, isn't it? And on here it says 10 pence and the number 10. So that 10p, 10 pence, is worth 5 of these 1 pennies. So there are 5 1 pennies in, sorry, not 5, 10. There are 10 1 pennies in that 10p. And you can see on it, it's got a lion. So that is a good way to remember 10p, okay? Looking at the lion. So there are 10 little pennies in there. And here we have 50p, 20p, £2, 5p and £1. They've all got different shapes and they are different sizes. Now, I'd like you to have a little pause of the video and just talk to the person that you're with about the differences and the similarities that you can see in the money. And if you have the coins with you in front of you, then you can use those to talk about it. Okay, so now that you've talked about the coins, we're going to have a little look at what they are worth. Which one of these is worth the most amount of money and which one is worth the least? Okay, so I'm going to have a look at the one that is worth least. Okay, so the one that is worth the smallest amount of money. And because it's worth the smallest amount of money, I'm going to think maybe that it's this one, because this is the smallest coin out of all of them in size, isn't it? Look, it's smaller. If I put it on top of that one, you can still see it if I put it on top of that one. So that is my smallest coin. So I think that that's probably worth the least amount. But if we look closely, and I bet some of you are disagreeing with me, we can see that it says 5p on it. And it has the number 5. Okay, so that is our 5p. And if it's 5p, it means it is worth how many of these little pennies? 5 of them. Okay, so it is worth 5 of these little pennies, which means it has a greater value than our 1p. Okay, so even though our 1p is bigger than our 5p, it is worth less. Which one of these is worth the most? Now I'm going to have a look. This is 2, this is 10, this is £1, this is 20, this is £2, and this says 50. Well, I know that out of all of those numbers, 50 is the greatest. It's the largest. And this is also the biggest coin that I have here on the screen. So is our 50p worth the most? What do you think? It's not worth the most, is it? Even though 50p is the biggest coin and 50 is the greatest number that we have. If we have a look at our £1, our £1 means that it is worth 100 pennies, 100 of these 1 pennies. Okay, but we had to make a pound because you can't go to the shops with 100 pennies because it would be quite heavy to carry. You might drop some. It would take a long time for the person at the checkout to count all of your pennies. So instead, we have a £1. Okay, but this means it's worth 100 pennies. Okay, and that is why it's £1. Okay. But this is 50p, like our 5p and our 10p and our 2p. So this is worth how many of our little 1 pennies? 50, okay? It's going to be worth 50 of our little 1 pennies, 51 pennies in that. So even though it is bigger and the number is greater, our 50p is worth less than our £1. And less than our, this one here is our £2 coin. Okay. And there's our 10p. Our 2p is greater than our 5p, but less than our 10p. And this one here is 20p. So it is worth more than 10p, but less than 50p. And the only one that we have not talked about is our £2 coin. And that is worth 2 of these £1 coins. So 2 of these is worth the same as 1 of these. Okay. Let's have a quick look at the different shapes, the different sizes, the different colours. I know that you talked about this with the person you're with already, but these ones here, what can you see? Does that look the same as our 2p, for example, our 50p? Doesn't, does it? Because this one has got these kind of edges that go around it. Yeah. And so does this 20p. So they're quite similar in some ways. They've got the same shape. And these ones are all just round. Okay. So we need to make some observations about the pennies because that's going to help us recognize them later. Okay, let's have a quick look at what these are, what the value of these coins are. What about this one with the lion and the number 10 on it? It is 10p. This one here with those edges, it's not a round circular coin, is it? What number can we see on it? 20, so that is going to be our 20 pence or our 20p. This big one with the edges, the big silver one, we know that that one is 50p or 50 pence. This one here, one of the browny copper coloured ones, it's got the number 2 on it. We know that that means it is worth 2 pence. It is 2p, and this is our 1p. Our little tiny one, remember, is our 5 pence. And then we have our pounds, our £1 and our £2 coin. Now, have a quick look at this little wiggly pound sign. That's what we use when we write about pounds on the page. Don't need to worry about it too much now, but it's just worth looking at. Okay, and here we go. There it is, laid out nice and clearly for you. So, I have got some coins and I want to put them into different groups, and I'd like you to help me organise them. But first, before we start, we're going to watch a quick video of me organising some pennies earlier on today. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I have some different coins here, and I would like you to think about how I could group my coins. Okay, I'd like you to think about what we've just seen on the slides. We've been talking about the different size of the coins, the different shapes, okay, the different colors, and the different values. Okay, so I am going to first of all have a think about how I could group them by colour, because here I've got some coins that are silver. Well, these are pretend coins that I've got from school, so they're not silver, proper silvery ones, but they're kind of silver grey colour. Okay, so I could put all of those grey silver coins in one group there. It doesn't matter that they're different values at this point because I've grouped them by colour, and then that means I could put my copper coins together and my, remember which one this one is? That is a £1 coin here, and then it's the same size as that one, so I know that that one's a £1 coin as well. Is that one a £1 coin? They're the same size? No, they're not, are they? So even though they look the same, that one is a £2 coin, and I can tell that it's bigger and it's a bit heavier than my £1 coin. So I put those into groups like that. Now I'm going to mix them up again. And I'd like to put them into different kinds of groups, okay? Now, what else could we do? What else could we do? Have a look at the shape of the coins. Are they all the same shape? Remember what we said about these ones here, the 50p's? They've got edges, haven't they? They're not round like our 10p here or our 2p. Okay, so now I'm going to group them by shape. So these ones are both round. My 2p is also round. It's not got any edges. And so is my 5p. Now, what about this one? This one is 20p, and it's got those edges again, hasn't it? So that's not going to go with our round coins. It's going to go in a group that's got edges. This is a 5p's round. What about this? My £2 coin. Yeah, that's round. That's going to go in my round group as well. My 50p. It's the same sort of shape as my 20p, isn't it? But it's bigger. And because it's 50p, it's more valuable. Okay, 50p is more money than 20p. Okay, now what about my £1 coin here? Now, this is quite recent that this has happened, but £1 coins have now got little edges on them. You can see they're not as stronger edges, not as bigger edges as the ones here, but they're not completely round like the coins in this group here, the round coins. So maybe I could group them there like that in their own group, or I could put them in the group with edges, maybe. I don't know, that's up to you. What do you think? And I'm sure there are many, many other ways that I could group those coins. I could group them in size, I could group them in value, I could group them in thickness. Okay, like my £2 coin is much thicker than my 2p coin there. Okay, so if you have any coins at home, see if you can get a little collection like I've got here and pop them in some different groups. How do you think you could group them? Okay, so in that video, I was grouping all of my coins and organising them by looking at their colours, their shape, their value, their size. So if you can get hold of some coins at your house, see if you can put them into some different groups. Okay, I'm going to quickly put these ones into colour. So I've got my coppery coloured ones, my silvery coloured ones, all plain silver. Now, my pound coin and my £2 coin is sort of silver and gold. So I'm going to put them in their own group up there. But you might decide to group them in a different way. See what you come up with. Let me have a see of what you come up with. Now here we're going to have a look at which of these coins are 50p's. Now, what do we know about 50p's? They have those edges, don't they? So we need to have a look. And if we are unsure, we can also use the numbers on the coins to tell us which one is 50p. So let's have a quick look together. So this here, 10 pence, the number 10, that's not 50p, is it? We know that for sure. This one here, 20 pence, that's not 50p. This one, that number 1 with that squiggly sign, £1, not our 50p. This one here, no, it's not, is it? It's 5, it's not 50. So that is, cross those ones out. All the rest of them are facing the other way round. So all I can see is the Queen's head on the coin. Oh, but I didn't spot this one, did I? There we go. There is my 50p. Lovely. And I know because it says 50 pence and it has got the number 50 on it. So how am I going to find out that what my other coins are? Well, we can look at the size, we can look at the shape, can't we? Even if we can't see the number on them. So does that look like a 50p? Has it got those edges? It doesn't, does it? So no, I don't think so. I think that looks a bit more like a 10p. What about this one? It does have those edges that the 50p has, but it's quite a lot smaller than this one, so I don't think it can be a 50p. This one has still got some funny edges, but it's golden and silver, so that's definitely not my 50p because I know my 50p is all silver. And not this one because it's definitely too small and round. So it's going to be this one, isn't it? It looks about the same size, the same shape. Those are my 50p's. What coins have I got hiding here under the pink squares? Have a look. What can you see peeking out of this one? We've got that golden bit and a bit of silver. Has it got any edges? No, it's all round, isn't it? What do you think this one is? It is a £2 coin. Well done. What about this one? It's that kind of coppery colour. I can see the number 1 peeking out from under there. What do you think that one is? A 1p. Good job. And last, this one. Oh, it's a bit unclear. Is that a round edge or has that got some little straight edges on it? Don't know. What numbers can I see here? A 2 and a 0. Well, I know that means 22 and a 0. So let's have a look. I think it might be 20p. I'm right. Okay, good job. Now here is some of the work that you're going to be doing in your books. Your job is to use all of the knowledge that you have just gathered about the money that we use in England, in the United Kingdom. So pennies and pounds, because you're going to have to cross out the coins that are not used in the United Kingdom in this picture. Okay, so use what you know about the money that we use and cross out the coins that are not used in the United Kingdom, that are used in different countries to us. In this one as well, you are going to need to switch on those maths money eyes, because you're going to have to be doing some spotting of pennies. Here, it's showing me the picture of the coin, which is a 1p. And they've written the amount, which is 1 pence, and the number of 1p's that they could spot up here at the top. So you need to do the same thing with this. So this is what? This is a, what size is it? What numbers can you see on there? It's a 2 pence, isn't it? So I'm going to write 2, and I'm writing on my computer, so my handwriting's not going to be perfectly beautiful, but I know you will always put beautiful writing in your books. 2 pence, and then I'm going to have a look at the two, put the coins here and see which 2p's I can see. So that one, no. Oh, that one, yeah, there's 2p, so that's 1 2p. Is that a 2p? I can see a 2 on that, but it's got those edges, and my 2p I know is round. Oh, there's another one. 1 2 3. That one's round, but no, that's got the lion on it. So I know that's a 10p. There's another one. Are there any more 2p's up here? No, there are not, are there? So there are 4 2p's altogether, and you have to do that with the rest of the coins on that page in that little table. So today you need to complete the worksheet. That's the first worksheet in the money chapter in your books, pages 119 to 122. You don't need to post any of this work on Dojo, but if you would like to, then of course you can. And if you feel as though you want to let me or Miss T know how you were doing with it, whether you found it really tricky or super easy peasy, then let us know. And extra challenges will be on the Google Drive as normal. Have fun. Good luck recognizing your coins, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone.